All right. And we're
Yeah.
back.
Woo!
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Actually, what happened last week? You didn't call me whatsoever.
Well, I knew you were gone. You were in wherever that thing was called.
No, I was back last week, but
Oh, were you?
yeah, I just totally forgot myself. I was like, I had spent so while I was in Austin, they called me about another show, and I literally flew home on a Monday. I was home Tuesday and was back to Texas on Wednesday.
Wow.
So yeah,
So it worked out. I
yeah. I
guess. I
mean,
don't know.
I just spent fucking most of the October in Texas, and I didn't fuck California, which is not a great thing.
You
Um,
you are quite the world traveler these
I
days.
have I will be traveling a lot. I actually have I leave next week for the show, but it's only in Anaheim. But
So no,
I'm there for like
yeah.
9 days. So
Oh my goodness. So this is our only show for and then we take another break. I like it.
yeah, I like it, I like it. We're back. We're gone. We're back. We're gone.
Yeah.
Uh,
We are in the holidays. Have the holidays begun? I always feel Halloween is the first kickoff into somewhat of the holiday season.
I don't know. I'm not much of a Halloween person anymore. One, the apartment we live in, like no kids come here. We don't have to go buy candy because nobody comes here. Uh, so there's that. You know. Although my wife and I did get Average Joe's costumes
Average Joe's costume. What's that?
from Dodgeball.
Was that what that was?
Yeah, they
Did you
were called
see
the
it?
Average Joes.
Yeah, yeah. That was Ben Stiller's thing, right? That was his team.
Yeah, well, no, he was the other one. He was the villain. He was the
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
And then it's great that his wife was
Yeah.
the blonde
Kristen
being Vince
Stewart.
Vaughn. That's his wife.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She's been in a lot of his stuff. So yeah, she's pretty. She's pretty. It is an all new drinks words by, and so what are we drinking, David?
Uh, I'm doing. I was like, I was telling myself, I'm gonna drink today, I forgot we talked yesterday. And then like, shit, it is a podcast. I am doing whiskey and ginger ale.
Mm, any particular type of whiskey?
Jim Beam. It's just, we get the bottle for cheap.
Okay. I'm doing coffee today. I just need something warm after being in a pool. You know, I just need something to warm me up.
I was in the pool.
Yeah, so it's coffee for me today. I was kind of looking forward to next week because next week I believe I have off next Friday. So I was like, oh, we get to trip the light, fantastic. But I guess not. It is what it is. I get it. Um,
That's
a lot.
the give and take of my job. It's like it's not every week, but it's always like somehow it's like every week or something.
Right. It's cool. It's cool though. Um, Wanted to get your opinion, and I hate to get heavy so quick, but you being a security guard and you live in somewhat of a gated community, if you will.
If you will.
I was coming out of my garage, coming into my place when, and this was on Halloween, by the way, when I was walking up and there was a guy at our gate and he was like, "Hey man, can you let me in?" And I go, "I'm sorry, I don't know you." And he fucking got pissed. He got mad. He's like, "I'm waiting for my sister. She's coming on down right now." I'm like, "Well, then you can." Maybe I said this in the wrong tone. I'm like, "Well, you could wait an extra minute or two if she's coming down. Like, it's not gonna kill you." And he was fucking flipping out. It's like, come on, guys, like nobody knows who you are. Like in our brains, everybody knows who we are,
Yeah.
but when somebody does it, they act like it's like I don't know, like a crime.
No, I get it. You did the right thing. I mean, I'll wait with you. I'll be down here. If you want to have a conversation, wait till your sister gets down here because I don't know who the fuck you. And
That See,
I
that's the pro move. That's the
yeah,
pro move. I should have just been like, you know what? I'll sit here and but I did. I just
yeah.
kept walking. I'll wait up for the next time. This is why I come to you, David.
Yeah. Call her, call her right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, we can call her. That's all. Oh, my phone's broke. Oh, sorry, bro. You can't get a hold of her, and she can tell me what apartment or what room she's in or whatever. Like what's the number of her condo. I don't know you. And for the safety of everybody here, sorry.
yeah.
Was he wearing a
I
costume?
just Yes, he was too. So it was Halloween. He was all costumed up, and it was just like I was like, dude, you couldn't have picked the worst day to kind of like do this. I really can't tell who you are, and I was just like, I'd rather look like a jerk than
Yeah.
let somebody that I don't know win.
No.
But that's
I was
kind of what I
like,
like.
and I just be like, well, with that attitude, even less that you're coming.
I know, I know. I was like, I ain't never letting you in, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No, I
speaking of which,
you're right.
yeah, but like why are people so pissed if they just ask somebody and they're playing it safe? You know, there should
Yeah,
be no reason mad.
yeah. It was like there's no guarantee that I was gonna let you in the first place. So I mean, if I had let you in, were you gonna fucking give me a hug and like, all right, here's some candy? No, it's like, but yeah, your attitude is even worse now. I'm like, yeah, well, too bad, so sad.
Yeah, I did something that I rarely ever do on Halloween, which is I saw a scary movie, and it was Halloween Ends. Are you into scary movies, David?
Of course, I mean, I like slasher films. Like all these ghost ones don't appeal to me because I don't believe in ghosts. So it's like there's no horror there. I've never seen a ghost, but there's always that chance you get chopped up by some crazy person.
Exactly. I don't know if you've seen kind of the new Halloweens and what they've done with them. Have you been exploring kind of this new phase of Halloween?
I've
The
seen
movies?
Halloween Ends. I've seen it, the one with where it ends. So is it
Hence the
over?
name.
Who
Yeah.
knows? Technically, by the storyline, it's supposed to be over.
I
Uh,
know, I know. They leave it so kind of like, yes, it's over, but it's like for those that haven't seen it, like they're still they leave a little piece that's like, well, did it end? Did it not?
is somebody gonna take over? And like, um, no, I mean, I like a good scary movie. I appreciate now because I'm older and I don't get scared. I look at it like, oh, they did a really good job with this. Like, oh, they it was written well.
Yeah.
But then you also go into horror movies going, this movie's not going to be some fucking Oscar nominated film. It's just it is what it is. It's like black person dies, the hoe dies.
Yeah.
It's the rules. It's Scream. It's the rules.
But I kind of like what they did with Mike Myers, and they actually turned him into like a human in a sense, and before he was, Mike Myers took on this supernatural type thing, which was cool, but like I don't know, it lost its luster after a while. So for them to actually put like a human into it kind of made it even more scary. Like maybe this guy is just a deranged psychopath and not some crazy spiritual thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's like for them to have to keep the story going, you have to like you have to give it some like little extra uh seance or like spirit thing. Because that was the beauty of Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger was in your dreams, so no matter what, he's like, "Hey, we'll kill a dude that's fucking this whenever you sleep." Um, and if you look at it, the first Friday the 13th, it wasn't even Jason;
Joe was the mom.
it was the mom.
Yeah,
She killed she
yeah,
killed Kevin Bacon.
yeah,
So that was that's a cool thing. And then but then even Jason became like you know some voodoo ritual and like he can't be killed type of thing.
yeah, yeah. I was like, the only thing that could kill him is the box office. If he bombs at the
Yeah,
box office, he's
yeah.
dead.
Then yeah, they're gonna kill you off because if you ain't, they're not gonna make another movie. Fuck it.
Yeah,
But even that one, like they went into space. Oh, speaking of which, so
yeah.
I've recently I started watching the Fast and Furious saga, so to
Oh,
speak.
have you never were you never
No,
into
no,
those?
I was never in. The last one I had seen until recently was Tokyo Drift. After Tokyo Drift, I go, this is fucking horrible.
It's a cool one. What? Tokyo
Yeah,
Drift was
it
fun.
was terrible.
It had Bow Wow in it. You know, it was
And he's
not
in
little
nine.
Bow
That's
Wow.
the best thing. I was like, they brought the guys from Tokyo Drift back in nine. I just watched nine yesterday,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
went, they're in space. They're literally driving a fucking like a 1980s
yeah,
car in space. This makes no fucking like how is this sealed for pressure for fucking
yeah,
in space? They're they're wearing like fucking scuba gear diving suits and shit. And I was like, you got fucking Tyrese and Ludacris in
yeah.
space. Oh man. And now I'm watching them just for the fucking ridiculousness of it.
It's
It's like
completely ridiculous.
it's just so over the top. It's like if it wasn't the actors and who they are, and like because they have a lot of famous actors, a lot of famous people in
Yeah.
the series, right? Like if it was you and I, nobody would watch these movies. This is so fucking
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think we could. I think we could bring some box office, carte blanche into it. I'm not sure.
just happy to
Well,
see you keep saying the family.
yeah. I mean, what? I mean, if me and you were in a movie, I think it would have to be a detective movie. Like a buddy detective movie. Where you are kind of like the detective, but I'm your like your what's his name, Holmes, and I'm your like sidekick guy.
Sherlock and Holmes. I mean, no, not Sherlock.
Yeah,
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes and
Uh,
Watson. I'm your
Watson.
Watson.
You'd be my Watson.
Yes, yes.
I could,
You would be
I
the
could,
Bunsen to
I
my
could see,
beaker. You know what I mean?
I could see like a buddy movie where it's like we're being chased because we did like we accidentally did something wrong. Like we were like the wrong place at the wrong time,
Yeah,
and now everybody's trying to kill us, and this is just a fucking a barrel of laughs of just fucking us trying to escape.
yeah. We were like, this is just a hilarious misunderstanding, guys.
Yeah, exactly. But we have like fucking we have the cholos chasing us, and the cops think we did something wrong because we were at the scene of a crime. How do we figure this out?
Exactly.
And at one point, you're just infamous, infamous.
Well, that's well that would be like when we crack into a computer, that would be the code. Like infamous, infamous. Really?
John Wilder, I read all your books. Um,
Yes, yes.
but yeah, no, I mean, Halloween, October is the time to watch scary movies. It's supposed to be the time that you watch scary movies. Um, I don't go out of my way to watch scary movies. If something's new and I haven't seen it, looks interesting. I tend to like the really cheesy, campy, like horror movies now. That it's trying. It's like it's making fun of itself because everything else is just bleh. I like murder. I like the murder mystery movies. I like the whodunits. They
Yeah,
have
there's a movie that I've been wanting to see, and it is on Hulu, I want to say, and it's called
the one in Venice.
no, it is called, what is it called? It's like it like takes place in the 80s, and the mom, like this person, it's like totally killer or something like that.
Oh, totally killer. Yes, 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 yes. I watched it. I enjoyed it. It
Okay,
is.
and,
Was it Hulu
and,
or
and
Prime?
Prime, you're right, you're
It
absolutely
was
right.
Prime. Yeah, totally
Prime.
killer. Yeah,
And I've been wanting to go check that out,
I'd
but
recommend that for you. I think you'd enjoy it.
yeah, I just haven't had the time really to go view it. So we'll see. I haven't really been able to watch a lot of stuff lately. I've been kind of like really busy with just as you know, I started another show, and just the logistics of this one. It is tough to get musicians to be on time. And I can't stand it. I can't sta Anytime I do something, David, you know that, like, everything is gonna be on the up and up,
Yeah,
and, like, things are gonna be somewhat on time. I mean, granted, there might be, like, a 5-minute, you
yeah.
know, time frame, but, like, an hour, an hour of just, like, what?
Like, I'm sorry, my life can't revolve around yours.
Exactly. So just kind of been doing that, and kind of my days have been just into, because I do it at a on a regular day. I have to wait to the weekends to kind of go do all that. So my just all my viewership and time has just kind of gone out the window. And then last week, you're gonna want to get your perspective of this. I went to, and we had him on. His name is Andy. I don't know if you remember Andy or not. He was in the army, and he used to kind of produce for me on my other shows and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And we had him on. So he got married,
good for you.
and
Congratulations, Eddie. And I'm sorry.
well, here's the thing. I wanted to tell him this joke, okay, but I opted not to. But I'm going to tell you the joke,
Okay.
okay, and you tell me if I should have said this one or not. And I was going to tell him, there are two great days in every man's life. One is when he gets married, and the second is when he gets divorced. I opted not to do it.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's a joke.
That's what
It's a joke. If he can't accept it, then he's more fucked off than anything. It's like she already took your sense of humor.
damn it.
You're gone. You're done. You're dead to me.
But one of the great things about this, well, a few things about the wedding that I want to recap. Um, One is I didn't know anybody except for him and his wife and his parents. That's it. That's all I knew.
Was it a big wedding?
So it was about 100 people. So I don't know if that's a big wedding or not.
I mean, it's not small. It's not like me getting married and you're my
Yeah,
guest and shit.
it's just me. That's that. I don't even know if I would consider that a small wedding. That's intimate, private.
It's yeah, it was right. It was intimate. Yeah. See, there's a huge difference. 100 people. That's a lot. Um,
Yes,
and they don't ask you to
and
shoot anything or anything. They ask you to be a guest.
just be a guest. Be a guest.
It's nice.
And so I get there, and it was in like Rio Hondo area, and there's this fantastic golf course there that they had it on. And I walk in, and they already have a coffee bar right there. Just and I'm already like, oh, fantastic, right? Get my cup of coffee. open bar, by the way. I got there late because of the traffic, because of SoFi, which is one of those things that you're probably going to constantly hear from me is just like, I don't mind living next to the stadium, but when there are events on the weekends, I'm just going to be late. That's just going to
It's a given.
sorry. That is a given. There's no way out of battling out of this traffic when the stadium has events and stuff like that, other than just to leave super super early. And yeah, that wasn't gonna happen.
No.
I should have like thinking back, I should have just went there and then played a few rounds of golf and then just been like, all right, let's get married or whatever. But yeah, so I missed the ceremony, but that was fine. I mean, just people saying I do, you know what I mean? But I was there for the party, which is what truly mattered. And it started from 4:30, and guess what time it ended?
4:30. It's a club event, so I would say 10 o'clock.
It ended at 9. David, it was fantastic. Because I'm like this guy that like because sometimes I work weddings and they're going on at like till midnight 1 a.m. and people are it gets to the point where people are just sitting staring at each other, just taking up the time because they paid for it.
It's like,
There's like
yeah,
one.
there's those people who like they don't want to go home, but they don't like they're not enjoying themselves. They're just there. Like they feel rude if they leave early. Like you don't want to be the first one to leave. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. And he's like looking around, like they're not dancing and then nothing, but like they have a babysitter till fucking 10, so they're gonna wait
Yeah.
as long as they can because they don't have to pick up their kids. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly. No, this was like wham bam, thank you, boom, 9 o'clock, we're done. And this was the brilliant move. And I don't know who thought of this, but in order to ensure that we all left, they were like, "Okay, everybody," and they handed us these like things, right? These glow sticks. They're like, "We're all gonna make an arch for the couple as they leave." So there we are. We all leave outside. We all make these arches, and I'm at the it just so happens that I got there late, so I'm at the very end of the arch, and there they go, just like in the movies, David. They run across the arch, and right as they hit the door, he stops, and just like out of the movies, he like tilts her over and he kisses her, kind of like that famous photo of that squid kissing that nurse, you know, in after
Yeah,
the
after World
D-Day
War
was
One.
over.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he did it exactly like this, and they ran off into the limo and fucking jetted. There was no like, all right, goodbye, no
Thank
nothing.
you.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it's like out, and the rest of you guys are just like,
yeah.
okay,
When they left, we're like, are they coming back? Are they? What,
that's it. That's it. All right.
what do we do now?
The venue doors closed. Can't even get back in. You're like,
I,
nope.
I left my keys there.
I need the restroom. It's like a long way
Yeah.
to go.
But it was like it was just a real quick wedding, and it was the only traditional thing that they did there was the bouquet toss. That was it. There was no dollar dance, no nothing. It was, they served dinner really quick. And what I liked too was at the very end, after dinner was done, about an hour later, there was a taco bar. So it was like because it was all you could drink. It was open bar, and they had a his and hers drink. They had his drink, her drink, and then their couple drink. And so I go up and I'm reading, and his drink was a gin and tonic. And I was like, oh man, I didn't know Andy was a gin guy. I'm like, maybe it was me. I don't know. And then I go, oh, can I get a gin and tonic to the bartender? And then it happened. She pulled out the Bartones. And I go, oh, I was like, I'm ruined. How am I getting home?
And at that moment, he knew he was fucked.
Yeah. I was like, I'll have 10 gin and tonics,
Yeah, yeah.
please.
Just give me the bottle.
I know what to do with this. Dude, it
Kids all
tasted
thinking
even
Bartone, you said.
yes. And then me and the bartender start talking about it. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, they serve this at the bar that I go to. And then she's like, this is really a good gin. And I'm like, I know, we just started just talking about it. And I really had to stop myself from drinking. I was doing about one gin and tonic an hour. So I was truly pacing because I know I could get crazy and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
And it took a lot to hold me back from just being like, let's line them up, let's do it. So
that was
the
like.
and
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was like, that's like my
no,
son's birthday party. My son turned 21, so we had like a little the dinner at Yamashiro in Hollywood. Just kept drinking. I mean, they're restaurant poor, so it wasn't like there was a lot. But I was like, after the bills that me and my wife took, I was like, oh my god, we spent so much fucking money at this place. Like for the amount of money that I spent on my bill alone, we would all be fucking passed out at the Cove. Like fucking dead. Everybody's taking a taxi somewhere.
yeah, yeah. What were you guys drinking? I mean, this was his first time drinking, so or in
Um,
theory, right? It's always
yeah,
everyone's when they turn 21,
no,
oh, it's my
no.
first time drinking.
He's in college. Plus, his mom was. I remember he was drinking at his fucking graduation. I was like, fucking good. I was like, I don't know. We were just drinking what we normally drink. I was drinking just Jack and Coke. Wife was drinking beer, and then we took a shot of sake with him. I bought him whatever he was drinking. So yeah, no, it was it was a good time. It was good to see my son. Um, wife and I got dressed up. Uh, it was like $100 fucking Lyft ride to get out there because we knew we were
Jeez,
drinking. So yeah, and that was like an hour and a half drive because of traffic from
jeez,
Riverside to Hollywood. We left like 2 hours early just to be safe.
jeez, David. That's what a long day. So what words of encouragement did you give your son as he turned 21?
I mean, there's nothing that I could, as far as encouragement. I was just letting him know that I'm proud of him. Yeah, just proud of him being the young man that he is, and he's doing what he wants to do as far as going to school and getting out done. He has no time for anything really. Um, I remember at his graduation, I told him I go, he had all his friends with him and stuff, right? They all graduated. I go, look, guys, this is all funny. It's all great right now, but there is a good chance none of you guys are gonna be friends later. Because life happens. Like you think your friends from high school are gonna be your friends forever, and dude, I have some friends from high school, but like I don't see them like I don't as like it's in passing. If it's not on social media, I wouldn't like I'd even have less contact. And sure enough, I was like, hey, why don't you invite in your friends? It's like I don't have any. I was like, what do you mean? What a bunch of friends from high school. I was like, yeah, we're not really friends. So I was like, told you. I'm like, do it because it's just what happens. So I gave him a fair. I'm like, those are the speeches they need at fucking graduations. Like, hey, look at everybody around you. Chances are you're not gonna know these people fucking later. Like, you know, um, life sucks. Deal with it.
Yeah,
But no, like I said, for my son and like just I was just really proud of him. I'm proud that he's concentrating on school and he's not having a baby at his age. Like I was like your age when your mom was pregnant. So so you're
and
already fucking 10 steps ahead of me.
And not only that, what a head of hair! I saw the photo that you posted. Wow, wow! I was like, that ain't from David's side.
Oh no, no, it was funny because I was like, he has like bleach tips. I go, I did that too, and he's like, well, yeah, I'm trying to cover up the grays. And, ooh, yeah, Macias grays.
Gray's already at 21.
Oh yeah,
Oh
dude.
no!
My dad was the one that first one to go early, and then I saw my family was there, my beloved family. Um, and then I was like, my younger brother has like fucking long. He has long hair. He has like a full fucking set of full head of hair, but it's all white. It's all gray white.
Jeez,
I'm like, yep, that's Macias. That's the way. There's a lot of fucking salts.
jeez,
So I was like,
jeez.
this is what you gotta look forward to, Bob. This is it. Sorry about the jeans.
It's just to kind of finish up on this wedding that I was at. So the only people that I knew were the couple, Andy and Amy, and his parents. That was it. And so as I'm looking where I'm sitting, I'm like, man, they could. I'm like, maybe they put me at a singles table. Guess what, David? There were no singles there. Oh, all couples.
You and the bartender.
You the I'm just like, but I didn't know this till after because then, they sat me with Amy's parents, with Amy's mom, and her family, and that's where I found out she was part British because here I am sitting with all these British people, and I'm like, "Are you guys British?" Because they're talking all weird, and I'm
Talking
like, "Do
about
you need me
weird. They have an accent. Talking about
like, do
weird
you
and
need me
shit. That's not American.
to like, do you need me to bring mayo or something? Like, what the hell?" And the aunt was married to this guy who I shit you not looked like Daniel Craig. He looked exactly like him, and I go, "Are you Daniel Craig?" And then the wife flips out. She's like, "Oh my god!" She's all in a British accent. She's like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "If
This is Julia
he
Child.
hears it, yes, yes,
Oh
pretty
my.
much." She's like, if he hears this again, his ego is gonna be through the roof. She's like, we were in Hawaii last week and somebody asked him, and you're the second person. She's like, this has got to stop, and he's just all smiling and oh man,
Are you James Bond?
yeah. So that was pretty fun. I mean, all in all, I had a pretty good time. I hit the dance floor a few times, but like I have really bad feet, so like I'd hit it, and then I'd like be like, okay, I can't dance anymore, and then I'd go back, then I'd go get a taco, come back, get a beer, eat, drink, then hit it again. So it was a good time. Then 9 o'clock came, everybody left, and then I was just like, I was still in party mode because I had like 4 or 5 gin and tonics in me and like 3 Coors Lights in me, and I was just in party mode, and I was like, oh man, what do I do? And I'm like, the Cove. So I just went over to the Cove really quick, literally like really quick. I was only there for like an hour and a half.
That's quick.
Yeah, that's quick. That's quick. I was just there for an hour and a half and didn't really know anybody other than the bartenders and stuff like that, which is great. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then I gave Maria a ride home because she was done with the thing. She's like, "Oh, I'm on my way home." I'm like, "Oh, I'll give you a ride home." I'm like, "It's on my way." So that was pretty much it. It was a fun wedding. It was a fun wedding, and I enjoyed my time afterwards too. So all in all, if you guys are thinking about getting married, make it short. People will appreciate it. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Don't invite a lot of people. Have it intimate like me.
Yes. Yes. And
A handful.
please let there be a singles table for Albert. You know.
Um, You know what? I was trying to talk to my son about having him come out and do a little introduce him to the cove.
Oh wow, yeah, that'd be epic.
Yeah. So I'm trying to pick a day when I can do that and like get him out there, do the little Kobe thing. Teach him some my ways.
Baptize him in the waters of the cove.
What is
I totally get it.
of Lake Minnetonka or whatever the fucking thing.
It
Um,
was a Lake of Minnesota.
yeah, and but yeah, no, I mean, other than that, it was just good to see my son. You know, he's a college kid. He's fucking doing his thing. He's he's in shape. It's like
Yes.
keep doing that. Yeah, just fucking
Stay in shape, son.
stay in shape as long as you can. Um, but no, I mean, it was a good time. Yeah, I saw a lot of you know, a lot of his uncles from his mom's side who I hadn't seen in a long time. 'Cause I was always cool with her family. So
Yeah.
it was like when you're cool with people and like it doesn't matter how long you're apart as long as like as soon as you see each other, it's like it was one of those.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, now I have my daughter who graduates next year, so it's like these milestones. So it's like just you're getting older.
But are you getting wiser? That's the
Am I? You
that's
know what?
the
Yes, I am. I mean, for the most part. Um, I've 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 took me a while to find a place of happiness with working and stuff. Like I always worked, but I always got laid off because that's the way collections works, customer service. So uh, I enjoy my jobs. They're not an everyday thing, but I enjoy the people and stuff. And so right now, yeah, I mean, proud father. Just yeah, being
do you
happy.
think you do you think they say that bullshit, everything happens for a reason, you know what I mean? But in a sense, do you think that, having gaps of time off is really kind of helped you better understand who you are?
Um, Good question. I don't know if it's helped me understand who I am. It's given me. I'm less stressed. You know what I mean? Like there was that time where like I didn't work for 2 months. So that's a learning situation. I know next year that I have to make sure that I have something going on. Can't just not work for 2 months. But I feel like in doing what I'm doing that I'm I'm less stressed. I don't have to fucking punch a clock. I don't have to take a break at a certain time, and I'm not told when to take a break. I'm not told when to take a lunch, how long. I can take a fucking, I can eat whenever the fuck I want. I can lounge around. I can go to the gym. Um, so I enjoy that part. Like I feel like less stressed. I mean, I'm not like you know getting a 401k or anything, but I'm happy, and I'm I'm good with what I'm doing right now. And like I said, I I get to travel across the U.S. For free.
Yeah.
I get to see different parts of the country I wouldn't normally see. Um, and I I don't hate my coworkers. It's like I tell
Yeah.
everybody, I was like, dude, like when I remember like you sit in a cubicle and the person next to you is the person next to you, and like if you hate the way they chew, you're fucked. It's like it's I don't have time to hate my coworkers. I only like we're together for like a week. It's like all right, cool. See you fucking in 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. I mean, no, too. I'm I'm good right now. So I'm in a bit of
Yeah.
like it makes it harder for us to do our show because Fridays are really our only day. Remember, we would do like Tuesdays or like fucking some day
Yeah.
during the week. I miss that. I miss us doing the show from the bar. I miss being more consistent with this. But you know, I'm glad we're still doing it. I'm glad that we were still, when we can, we do. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. It's my chance to catch up with you and talk about
Yeah.
movies.
You know what else? Yeah.
Well, go
I'm
ahead.
like, you know what else we could talk about? Sports.
Yes, yes. Good segue.
Are you not
Yes, I,
entertained?
I, I thought you're gonna like Matthew Perry died, but
Well, that's it. Okay, real quick. I so I'm at the wedding, and all this is going on. I don't know that this is going on. My brother texts me, my sister, and my mom. He's like, "Oh my God, Matthew Perry's dead," and I wrote and I wrote back into the group chat. I'm like, "Could I be any more dead?"
how
Which
did they
was the most, yeah,
how did they take it?
they loved it. They loved it. Because that was the most Chandler Bing thing that I could think of, to pay homage
So yeah,
to
I'm like,
Matthew Perry.
and you know
You know,
what? And it's funny because I didn't even fucking think about that at all. Like I was like, he died. I'm like, oh, okay. I know some people who are like big Friends fans are like, oh no, there goes the reunion.
we all saw the reunion, and we all knew he was going to be the first. I mean,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
let's all just
It was,
call a
it
spade a
was, it was,
spade
it
here.
was, it was, yeah, it was in the cards.
Yeah,
Um,
but at 54, I was like, oh my God, like I'm not saying I'm around 54, but I'm like, oh my God, like what was he
what,
doing?
what,
Or
like, and
I
then
mean,
he
he
was
was
in
kind
he
of
was in a hot tub, and I was like, did he go out like Whitney Houston?
whoa.
Oh, that's too dark.
Yeah. Well, that's a
It's not too soon on that one. She's been dead a
yeah,
while.
yeah. And this is why you subscribe to us, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you click that subscribe button, whatever streaming service that we're available on.
That's the thumbnail. Could you be any more?
Oh man, you know what was crazy was when he was trying to become a movie star, and we see this with all the friends, all of them have tried to go on and to do movies and stuff, and I don't think anybody really translated into movies, and I don't know if that's because nobody could really, the gift and the curse that is being a part of a franchise that is so just phenomenal, and when you are associated with a character, it's great, but again, it's a curse because you're trying to, disassociate yourself with that character to try to create another character or just try to create something more than that. And I don't think that these guys were ever able to shake any of that off. I know that Courtney Cox had some success, but in TV as well. Um, her most notable success would have been the Scream
Scream.
franchise,
Mm.
but even then it was just, the first two she was in, and then she just came back kind of little bits and pieces. So
Yeah, she was
the news
a side piece to the actual storyline.
report. Yeah,
Uh, well, I mean, Matthew Perry did Fools Rush In, which I love because somehow how could you not love
yeah.
that? But that was a comedy. It was like, yeah, nobody was transitioning into like a serious role. Um, who's the other one? What's the
Swimmer,
no his
Matt
his
LeBlanc.
love his no his love interest on the show. I can't remember her name.
Oh, Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. She had some success in movies. She was Along Came Polly, right? Uh,
Right.
she had some success. I don't. She's not like you're right. None of them like really exploded onto anything else outside of Friends. But hell, at that point, they were making so much money they didn't need to. They've retired off of Friends. They're like $1 million a fucking show. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of people on TV that's hard to transition. I'm finding it funny that a lot of actors are now transitioning into TV. It's like I didn't expect them to be on a series. Um, Sylvester Stallone and Tulsa King, which I enjoy. I actually think it's a good one. Even like Harrison Ford he was on he's on like the prequel story of Yellowstone. It was like 1883 or
Really?
something. Yeah, he's on one of those, and even Kevin Costner doing fucking Yellowstone. It's like look at Kevin Costner. Um, I think it's hard. I find it hard for people like you said who are characters to transition from TV to movie, especially on a long running series. You did like
Right.
one season of something, I get it. Even the guy Dexter tried to do a couple movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only person that I saw the transition was Chris Pratt. He went from TV and not only that, from comedy into like he's like an action star now.
Well, because he got in shape. The moment he got in shape, everybody's like, "Oh, we can use this." Yeah, he did a Marvel movie. And they're like, "Oh man, look, he's got a body. We can utilize
Yeah.
this for other things." Awesome. Um,
Can he train dinosaurs?
uh, uh, so a lot of people don't know that Tom Hanks he was actually on a TV show way back. Like he
Right, right.
transitioned and he did better at movies than he did on TV.
Yeah, bosom
Bosom
buddies.
buddies, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's sports.
That concludes our sports segment,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully
No,
you
the
enjoyed that.
Rangers won the World Series. Baseball's over. Yeah.
Yes. You know what I find crazy is that they're only gonna get like 100 days off, which is like 3.5 months. And I'm like, man, baseball is a long season. It is not a sprint. It is definitely a marathon sport. Of course, some got a little bit more time off because they weren't in the playoffs. But
So you agree
yeah,
it's too long?
no, it's not long enough. You know,
They only need 20 days off.
exactly. That's it. And get back at it, boys.
uh,
But I
Indoor
saw this
stadiums.
art. Yeah, I saw this really cool article, and I read a bit about Spectrum Sports is right now thinking, and I think they're putting it out there just for feelers about for at least baseball for Dodger baseball selling it a la carte, so you can buy the season and just watch the Dodgers. You don't even have to buy their package. You don't have to buy anything. You could just buy the Dodgers TV a la carte. And I like that. I like that because that's all I want. Like I don't need all the other billions of channels out there. Of course, there's gonna be blackout dates like when they play on ESPN or the or on Saturday night baseball and things like that. But for the most part, you're gonna get like 150 games out of 182 to pay for. And me as a avid Dodger fan, I enjoy that because I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of pirate the games. So so and it's a bit of a bitch, you know? And I would like if I could buy it a la carte, and here's the kicker, it'd be $20 a month. So that's $180 for the season just to only watch Dodgers. And I like it because I don't watch any other team. That's not my bag. My brother's a big baseball guy, and it doesn't matter as long as baseball's on. It doesn't have to be the Dodgers. He prefers the Dodgers, but he can watch
What?
anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas whereas I prefer only exclusively my eyes see the Dodgers. So what do you think about that? And I think this could actually change the future of sports.
Yeah, because it would, if it does well there, it's going to transition to every sport. Everybody's like, oh, we're at a chance to make more money here. You know, our fan base is going to be able to watch every game, and we're just going to get money off of them, even if the team sucks. You're like, ah. I mean, it's just another money grab. If it's it already has legs because you're over here talking about it and you're all super excited about it. You know, I don't see a problem with it. We're paying so much for everything else. Might as well, do that as well. I'm lucky enough that I don't enjoy baseball enough that I want to pay $20 a month to fucking watch one team. I was like, I catch them when I catch them.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, I mean,
I remember I had to check on you when I saw the Dodgers got swept out of the playoffs. I was like, "Are you okay?" You were like, "It never happened. It's football season.
never happened.
It's a
Yep.
football
I'm like,
season."
go Chargers. What was it? I don't know what you're talking about. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, David. I'm in Charger season now.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Denial, denial, denial. Yeah, that was tough. That was a tough pill to swallow. Man, had it been that long since we talked? That man. Um, yeah, that was rough, man. That was rough. And that's the gift and the curse as the Dodgers, that they're such a stellar team, but once they get into the playoffs, it's like, what? Like, can we get, like, this is what I want, all right? And this is gonna sound so crazy, but Dave Roberts gets to manage until the postseason, and then they bring in a postseason manager, and then voila, done. But
Well, I
I
mean,
heard that
you
that the
can't really blame Dave Roberts for Kershaw getting rocked in that first game.
right, right, and for nobody hitting.
Yeah,
These guys are crushing it during regular season,
yeah.
and then once postseason comes, they're looking at the baseball like, should I hit this? Hmm. Hmm. But I heard that the reason why they got like that is because the postseason is so stressful, and they tend to overthink every situation, when it's like, you know whatever's working for them works, so just don't overthink it. Just say, okay, and I know it's hard to say, but we're just going to take it as a regular game, guys. It's just going to be a regular
Very
series.
cliche. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
to the game. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know. There is a lot more pressure. I mean, now because it's just like it's the best of the best, right? And what was funny was all the top five teams that made it like into the playoffs, like with the best records in baseball, they all got fucking eliminated like, in the first round. It's like,
yeah.
so we're just playing the wild cards, huh? Gotcha, great.
Well, that's why they're wild cards, David. So
Well, no, I mean it's good. It was the Rangers' first World Series, but I don't know if anybody watched it.
I know.
Like anybody, you had to be either a Rangers or a Diamondbacks fan, and even that one was like 4-1. It was like, all right,
Yeah, I had it at the bar that I was working at. I'd play it, and there's a bunch of people from Texas where where I work, so it kind of worked out in my favor. But yeah, that was interesting. Um, it's a gift and a curse to be a fan of the Chargers, because I love being a Charger fan, and the reason why is because, like, I feel like I'm like one of the only Charger fans that people know. And because of this, I've gotten a lot of cool shit. I've gotten a really cool track jacket of the Chargers. I've gotten hats. I've gotten tickets. I've gotten a lot of really cool stuff. And just the other day, a guy came up to me at work, and he goes, "Are you really a Charger fan?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I'm wearing the hat." You know what I mean? I'm not just wearing it because it looks cool. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, and then he proceeds to tell me this story. He's like, "I'm gonna tell you a story." And I go, "Okay." He goes, He's like, so a couple years ago for the holidays, my son-in-law wanted asked me. He's like, "Hey, are you a football fan? And if so, who's your team?" And then he's like, so I say my favorite team is whoever's playing the Raiders, you know? And so I guess at that time the Chargers were playing the Raiders. So he tells me, he's like, so I got this big like Charger thing. He's like, I don't even like the Chargers. He's so he goes, do you want it? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And so I guess Monday or Tuesday he's gonna bring me this like Charger thing, that he got for Christmas. He doesn't even. He's like, it's in the box. He's like, I've never opened it. I'm like, even if it was open, I wouldn't give a shit. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
free
let's
Chargers
do
here.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
for
doesn't
sure.
happen for me as a Browns fan because there's there's so few Browns fans already.
Yeah, that's not true. When we went to the Charger game, though, dude, I mean, we were walking around. There was tons of them.
There were, but I'm not going out of my way to meet these people. I was like, hey, you just do the little, yay, we're fans. See you later.
Yeah,
Or not, give me shit.
yeah. Football season has definitely been an intriguing season. They already fired the Raiders head coach, which they should have fired. They shouldn't have ever even hired him
Yeah,
personally.
yeah,
And I hate saying that.
he never should have gotten a fucking head. But then it was like the GM too. They fired the GM, then they fired the offensive
Good.
coordinator, and I'm like, man, you guys so early in the season to do a clean sweep like that. Wasn't this his rookie year? His first year as a head coach?
No, 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 no. Because this is like his second or third year
Oh,
as a head coach. Because when the Chargers were in the playoffs, they had that guy Rudy, I forgot his last name, who when they fired their head coach when John Gruden left because of all that scandal and they fired him, they brought in this other guy and he got the Raiders to the playoffs and then they made it past the second round. I think they played the Bengals and they lost, and or they almost won, but they lost. And then after that, they didn't hire the guy. They hired this guy, and I was just like, classic Raiders.
yeah,
God forbid they win. They're like, no, we don't like this playoff thing.
yeah,
Let's get something else.
yeah. This guy is coaching us to victories. We don't want that.
Yeah. So and it's weird to talk about it because it's like I want the the Raiders to suck and the Chargers to be amazing. You know what I mean? Like it's good for me. But yeah, so it looks like another the Garoppolo thing that that did not pan out whatsoever, and I don't know if that was because of the OC, but it looks like they're giving another QB a shot at being the Raiders yeah,
Yeah,
quarterback.
they're benching Garoppolo. And they're going with a rookie. It's like fuck.
Yeah,
They're just like everybody. We're just blow it up. And the thing was
yeah,
like at that point, I think what really got them fired was them not making any trades. Like you guys need to fix things. You guys didn't do anything to fix anything. You didn't either get some stuff back, like trade. You should have traded Devontae Adams. Like, what's the point of keeping a fucking $1 million receiver if he can't? You don't have a quarterback to get him the fucking ball. We can get like a first round pick, and then we start over. It's fucking terrible. But
yeah, yeah. The Chargers seem to be the team that kind of wants to win, but doesn't. I don't know. It's been a tough season for me. We're like 3-4 right now, and we got a Monday night against the Jets, and it's like every team that we're playing right now sucks, and it's the battle of who could suck less. Lately,
yeah,
that's been going on with us.
yeah, you guys should win a game like that because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers is out. They're playing with Zach Wilson. The Broncos just beat the fucking Chiefs. That was a surprise. So now, like, you guys have an opportunity to actually either come back and win the West, or at least get second place, because Raiders and Broncos suck. It's like you guys should be second.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's so weird because like did the Broncos now create the diagram to beat the Chiefs? It's astounding to me. So I didn't get to see the game or anything like that, but I'm interested in that roadmap to beat Patrick Mahomes. We always come close to beating him, but
Yeah,
it's Patrick Mahomes, and as much as I hate saying it, it's the truth. This guy is unstoppable. So, and I love watching him play. Sadly, like I'm like, oh, Patrick Mahomes is on. Let's go check him out.
he is
Even
entertaining.
when he's
I will give you that. He is
yeah,
entertaining to watch. Yeah.
yeah. What do you think about this? I don't know if we've talked about this whole Taylor Swift nonsense
Oh,
going on with them and the Chiefs.
well, I mean, she's dating Travis Kelsey. I mean, I don't care. I mean, what does it matter? I mean, she's just one of the most popular people in the world. Yes, so that's the big thing. And Travis Kelsey is one of the best tight ends in the fucking NFL. So it's like, I get it, and good for them if they found love. Just don't care. I don't. I don't. I
Do
don't.
you
I don't know why we care so much about famous people's relationships and stuff like that. Oh, guess who's with me? I don't. It doesn't affect me in any fucking way.
It does, David. It affects us all. Don't you know?
Is that what it is? It's
Taylor's
like,
Taylor
nah.
Swift's happiness. It affects it because it's like, what is she going to write about today?
No,
What is
it's like
this song about that?
when they break up, I just there's a new album coming. It's a
Yeah,
new album coming.
yeah. So just wanted to get your kind of thoughts on that. And NHL has finally kicked off, and I like that the Kings have signed a little not exclusive deal, but now some of their games are going to be on regular TV. So I enjoy that. I enjoy when I can watch the Kings on regular TV. I believe it's going to be KCAL 9, but do not quote me on that. And whenever it's hockey season, I if it's on and nothing else is on, I'm like, all right, let's watch the Kings.
Yeah,
Um,
I do not watch hockey. Not that I don't find it entertaining. Have you ever watched? You have Hulu, right?
no, I don't.
No.
I've been thinking about getting it though. I've
So
been thinking about it.
there's a show. You ever heard of Letterkenny?
No.
Okay, so there's a show, and there's a spin-off show called Shorzy, and it's a really entertaining show. And it has to, and they're like this minor league hockey team, and it's really just fucking, it's comedy. But if you have to like Letterkenny to enjoy Shorzy, but you can watch Shorzy without having to watch Letterkenny, if that makes
It,
sense.
is it like Major League but for hockey type thing?
Um, Not even that. It's not even major. It's like, it's kind of, remember the movie Slapshot?
Yes.
Okay, so I would I would say it's like that minus the over the top violence, as far as like they're all bandaged up and shit. It's kind of just a comedy. It's not all about hockey, but it's based around hockey, so it's entertaining. I think you would like. But again, if you haven't seen Letterkenny, I don't know if you like the comedy, the way it's written. It's a show that it's from Canada. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And David, this might be heartbreaking to you, but there will be no World Cup soccer at SoFi Stadium.
They took it out.
They took it out. They
Uh,
took it out. Did you hear about this?
I heard rumors, but I do there. I go. There's no way that SoFi doesn't hold uh, a soccer game, because it's just so much money. There's so many people who would watch fucking that. It'd be sold out every fucking game.
Well, here's the thing, David. It has the length for the soccer, but it doesn't have the width for the soccer, and they're not gonna change any, like they would need to expand the field widthwise in order for them to play a World Cup game there, and they're not going to do it.
was as close as I was going to get to watching a World Cup game. 'Cause I'm not traveling anywhere else to watch a fucking game.
I mean, but I think they're gonna have it at the Rose Bowl and at the Coliseum. So, and maybe at Banco of California, where
No,
LAFC plays.
no, that's it's too small. I think they're requiring like at least 80,000 seats.
Jeez,
Yeah. So yeah, that fucking sucks. I didn't care who was playing. I wouldn't go watch a fucking
right?
World Cup. You know what I mean? I mean, the only other option is the Rose Bowl. I don't think the Coliseum is a viable option. I mean, could be, but they might just go somewhere else. They might give Canada another match because I think Canada has two stadiums that they're going to play at, and Mexico has three stadiums they're going to play at.
See, that's what I feel World Cup should be. It should be you play all over the world, and then the final game is held somewhere else. To me, that's what the World Cup should be, global. Um, and I'm sure you read about this. 2034 World Cup could
Saudi
be in
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
No, it is. It is because Australia pulled out, and they just held the Women's World Cup. But I don't know. I don't get why they keep going to the desert during the summer. So that means that in 2034 they're going to hold another fucking winter. They're going to have another winter World Cup because it's just too fucking hot.
Yeah,
Stupid.
yeah.
It's fucking dumb. But
I don't know. Maybe the officials are getting paid. Paid off. I don't know.
and then then they have so many like rules and regulations because of their religious beliefs. Like the one in Qatar, they didn't sell beer and shit. And like, dude, beer sales go out the fucking roof during fucking World Cup.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Money talks.
Anything? Yeah. Anything else in sports, David?
Talking about soccer, last week I got to watch Real Madrid beat Barcelona.
Where was this at?
I was on TV. It
Oh,
was
okay.
El
I thought you
Clásico.
were there.
No, it
Got
was
it.
El Clásico. So normally, uh, like I get with the guys and we watch. It was a 7:15 game, so we would have had to find a bar that opened at fucking like 6 and be there and or early. Uh,
There's only
but
one bar that I know that's open at 6. That's the Cozy in Culver City.
so then but I couldn't go because it was my son's birthday that day. I was like, I can't go get all fucked up in the morning and
Yeah,
stuff.
you can. It's his
No,
21st birthday.
yeah, his, not mine. So I was like at 7. I woke up like at 7:10, like at 7:15, and I'm like in the living room, all quiet. The wife's still sleeping. I'm like trying to cheer like that. um, Other than that, no. I mean, again, glad baseball's over. Football, we're in the getting into the meat of the football season. This is where the teams start separating themselves. They already had the trade deadline. Um, Basketball starting. There's a lot of scoring going on in basketball. Like every game, like 100. Like nobody's playing defense. Um, yeah, I'm ready for some good football and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, definitely. Did you see this? Maybe I was watching Thursday Night Football, and they said that they're going to do it on Friday. Did you see that, or did I mishear
No,
that?
I mean I didn't hear anything. What are they're gonna do a Thursday night game on a Friday
Yeah, yeah.
from here on air, or just the game?
I think just for there, and that's when Thanksgiving. That is, I want to say it's week 12.
Well, don't they normally have Thanksgiving Day games already?
Yes, it is Friday on Amazon. It's going to be the Dolphins and Jets at noon.
Okay, so I mean I get it but they have games on Thanksgiving.
Right, right, right. But that's going to be a network game, so they're going to have Fox, CBS, and NBC all air one game, and then Friday Amazon's going to air their game, just Dolphins Jets.
I feel it makes sense. I feel like by the time that game's on, nobody's gonna be like coherent. Everybody's all worn out from the day because Thanksgiving drains you. Like you're eating all day. You're fucking so it drains you. So I get it. It's a good move for them because it means that
Yeah.
they they're the only game on, so they're gonna get all the viewership as opposed to like I've watched 3 games. I'm not gonna watch this fucking game.
And it's at noon, so it's just a good time. Friday noon, everyone has it off. Um,
That's Saturday. That's Saturday. I'll be at the Cove. It's
right.
Ohio State. It's Ohio State versus the team up north.
I might be at the Cove then. I'm like, I might be there too.
Yeah. So the last 2 years. So every time I've watched Ohio State versus uh, the team up north, I can't say their name. It's November. Um, at the Cove, they've won. The last 2 years, I haven't been able to watch. I haven't been able to go, and they've lost. Mind you, they're in a huge scandal right now because of
Really, what's the scandal?
sign stealing. So one of their employees bought tickets to go to other games and was on like he was directly across from the team's sideline and like filming the entire game, trying to steal all their signs so they know what's coming. So right now there's gonna be some heavy fucking fines and stuff going on. They're actually surprised that
Is it
nothing's happened because they already have the guy uh, admitting to it, and they have another coach who he paid, bought the tickets, paid him to do that at other games. So they were going to opposing schools, like teams that were going to play, and stealing all their signs. They went to some teams that were like in contention for the playoff, so they could steal the signs. So yeah, it's pretty big right now. So they might have
is
to
that
forfeit their
illegal?
games.
Is that illegal?
So sign stealing isn't illegal because everybody does it, but the way they were doing it was illegal. You're not allowed to go and film the you can't send somebody to do that. You get game film, so you get to see everything they know, how they're all that stuff. You're given that,
Right.
but you can't officially go and do that and steal that. Yeah.
Wow. What about if he just writ it down? He's like, I'm just gonna write it down, and
No,
that's that.
then they have other then there's been other like pictures. On one of them, he was at. It looked like he was actually on the sideline of an opposing school. He was like literally
That's
on the sideline.
hilarious.
Like they think like this looks like him, and he had and then they were showing like uh his sunglasses had like a little camera in it. He's fucking
That's
filming. And
hilarious.
yeah, dude. Yeah, you're gonna see
That is,
it. So it's pretty. He's been suspended with pay. Um,
yeah.
and it's like, dude, how did this guy who makes $55,000 a year, like that's his salary, how is he buying all these tickets and airfare and all this shit to go to all these fucking schools? So yeah, because those seats like at the fucking 50-yard line, under those shits are expensive.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely.
so Michigan might come under sanction. Oh, sorry, team up north. They might come under sanction for the sign stealing, and Harbaugh is going to leave, and then he's going to go back to the NFL. It's kind of like Pete Carroll when Pete Carroll
Yeah,
when USC got sanctioned. Pete Carroll's like,
yeah.
I'm out.
And he's gonna end up coaching the Raiders.
The Raiders. He probably will.
Yeah,
Oh, you heard it here first.
yeah,
Next year, Harbaugh's going to get on the
exactly.
Raiders because he's gonna leave after this year because of all the sanctions that are coming.
Oh man. Um, last call for topics,
Mm.
ladies and gentlemen. Uh, David, any topic you'd like to discuss before we, you know, finish up here?
Could there be any more topics? No. Did you watch recently? I recommend getting Totally Killer for You. I think you'll enjoy it. Um, I'm gonna watch. Fast and Furious 10 today. Finally finishing. I'm done with the series.
Yeah.
Um, or at least until the next one's come out. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just it's good talking to you again. It's we've been on hiatus for a little bit. We gotta see what we can do about the next couple of weeks because it is the holidays
Yeah.
and I'm still going out of town.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We got Veterans Day coming up. And this is a topic I wanted to talk about was Veterans Day. And it's so weird because there's some people that I talk to that are veterans and they hate the idea of the whole thank you for your service. And I'm going to just real quick into the psychology of that and
okay,
why they don't like that. They say they don't like it because they're like, what did I do? They're like, I just, went and they're like, I didn't go to war or I was stationed over here and nothing really happened, and so I ran into a guy the other day. It's so weird. Lately I've been making like some friends, but like they're all veterans and it's not like I'm wearing anything that says, "Hey, I'm a veteran" or anything like. It's just weird how we all kind of gravitate towards each other. And so we were talking, discussing this, and I was telling him, I'm like, guys, I'm like, you guys don't understand. Like when people tell you thank you for your service, because this happened to me the other day at the wedding. I was wearing my dog tags, and some guy it was in the bathroom. Some guy's like, "Hey, why are you wearing those dog tags?" I'm like, "Oh, I was in the Marine Corps." And he looked at me. He's like, "Well, thank you for your service." And I go, "Well, thank you for your patriotism." You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. And I don't mind being thanked for my service. Um, and as I'm explaining this to the other, veterans, I'm like, look, guys, I'm like, when they tell you thank you for your service, it isn't like, like how else could they tell you thank you for joining the military? There is no other way. And what you guys did was something that 95% of all Americans have not done
mhm.
is you signed up and you said, "Hey, if shit happens, I am down to clown." Granted, shit didn't happen on your watch. Great. But you did
But it could have.
something that yeah, that could have and no one else did. So, it's something more heartfelt for them to at least try to say thank you. And I know a simple thank you is perfectly good. But thank you for your service is just, you know, becomes taken on so many different connotations for different people. I personally don't mind it. And when I explained it to these guys, they said I never thought about it like that. And so I just wanted to kind of bring that to light as we go and head into Veterans Day. And the best way to thank a veteran, buy him a beer. I'm like, you buy me a beer, we're straight, we're
Yeah,
square, man.
yeah, yeah. 4 years for a beer.
Yes, done.
No, I get what you're saying. It's you're right. Yeah, the big thing is like I didn't do it, so you know it doesn't make me any less American, but it makes you somebody who could have put your life on the line to for me without me knowing it. And you can't go around asking like, "Were you in war?" No. Okay, then don't. No, I'm not going to thank you. It's like, yeah, you did something. You may have had your own selfish reasons. Some people wanted to go to school, or wanted to buy a Mustang because it's a lot.
At 25.7 finance. Yeah.
So, um, yeah. I mean, I feel like at this point, it's kind of like saying "bless you." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you do it kind of just because it's the norm, but you're not doing it like without any feeling behind it. You know what I mean? You did you. I am thankful for you guys who did something that I know I couldn't do. I mean, could I have done it? Sure. Did I want to do it? No. So I mean, I didn't want to do that. Better man than I. I mean, and in America, we're lucky because most countries you are required to go to be a part of the military. That's like part of living in like being born in that country. You have to serve the military. Like even basketball stars, they still have to do the service. Fucking the princes of England, they still had to serve their country. So we're lucky that we have a choice. So the people who choose to do it, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys have a choice, and that is to donate to us. You could go ahead and log on to drinkstowordsby.com, throw us a few fazools. That would be great. Thank me for my service by throwing some fazools out there. That'll definitely help. You know, all the proceeds go straight to our liver, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure to log on to drinkstowordsby.com and click that donation button. While you're there, guess what? We have a plethora. Did you say plethora, David Macias?
Uh,
Do you know what a plethora even is?
what do you say, plethora?
Exactly. Of streaming services. Go ahead, click those banners and click that subscribe button. We are on the YouTube, just in case you forgot, just in case you want to see our faces. Go ahead, click on the banner, click that subscribe button, and check out our YouTube channel. We'd be most appreciative. And did I miss anything, David?
Nope. I think it's a good show. Final cheers.
Final cheers. David, what are we cheersing to today?
I'm going to cheers to what am I going to cheers to? I'm going to cheers to movies that have long storylines and keep us going. to so Jason fucking 12 and Fast and Furious 10 and Friday the 13th fucking 74 and shit. Yeah. Cheers to entertainment. Cheers to the people who put their, you know, who do it for us, even though they're doing it for their own greed.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And my cheers is going to go out to glow sticks. Thank you, glow sticks, for being bright as the people who hold them.
Cheers to knowing that the night is over.
Exactly. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, that's it, guys. That's the show. Um, yeah, David, kick him out, man.
It was a pleasure, guys. See you to the next one. See
We
you. Bye.
we're out of here. We don't even know when the next one is, by the way. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
We're out of here later.
Later.